I am recording this because there's a couple of people who can't make it, so I want to share it with them after.
Hey Robin, it's Katrina. I'm just on, but I'm on mute and my camera's off. So I just
Okay.
printed
How
off the
are
stuff that. How are you?
I'm good. I got was it Kristen that's
Yes,
coming in? Okay, great. Thank you for referring her. And I think
absolutely.
I actually think that I'm going to put her with you.
Okay,
So that'll be good.
sounds good. And I printed off everything in terms of where I am.
Good. I can't remember where I I
Please.
think there's about 100 volunteers.
Oh, that's great. Do you want me to come early and also help out with
Yeah, I think I have you coming early to help with rider registration. And I was going to ask Kristen if she could come as well.
Okay. So what time you want me there?
Let me look and see what time I wrote you down for. I
I
think
don't
six.
see it on the paperwork that I have. I just printed off everything that I had.
I know. I think I wrote it to you in an email.
Okay.
The email that I sent, I think it was 6:45.
Be there at 6:45. Okay.
Yeah. Let me
Sounds
double.
good.
Let me double check. Yeah, 6:45.
How many riders do you have this year?
Not as many as usual. We have about 100.
How many did
So,
you usually?
well, COVID has, I don't know what a usual is anymore, right? Before COVID, we were, probably more in the 220s,
Oh,
230s.
wow.
And last year we had probably about the same. So it's just getting a little bit starting up again. I mean, I talked to a lot of different organizations, and everyone's having trouble. So
Wow.
yes, but I think and actually I saw a lot of movement on the website today. So who knows? Maybe it'll be, very last minute. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like um COVID actually has caused like a lot of last minute everything.
Yeah.
Um,
For,
even just people just in general. I mean, even things with my friends, no one can make like a commitment.
yeah, I know things have definitely changed, and hopefully we'll get back to normal eventually.
Yes.
Let me ask you one more thing. In
Hmm.
terms of like, because I'm just looking at the paperwork again, for me to put in for my GPS, what's the address I should put in to get to the school?
The school, you should have there should be another with your information. There should be an instructions of how to get there.
Yeah, I know, but I come from Baltimore County, so I always put in my GPS.
So the address should be there. It's 21830 Peachtree Road.
21830 Peachtree Road. Okay.
But I'll resend everything. Hi, Mike.
Hi, I'm not Joyce. That's my wife's computer, so that's why my name is up there.
All right, we won't call you Joyce.
Thank you. Thank you. It'd be very confusing if two of us had named that.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey Robin, how are you? Good to
All
see
right, you too. You too. Let's see. I did a traffic monitor. No, not this is traffic monitor. I did a bike marshal meeting last week, and I mean, we have a lot fewer uh bike marshals, but out of 17, I think 13 showed up. So
you. Nice.
yeah,
Great.
we'll see what we have today. Hi, Michelle.
There.
And there's Thomas. He's not showing his face. Oh, there you are. All right. Um, I am recording this just because there were a few people that said that they couldn't be on it and wanted to kind of go through. How many of you did Sherry get a hold of any of you or Anthony? They're doing calls. Okay, good.
Harry did.
All right, good. So that will help and make this a little quicker, easier, but we'll see. Hi, Kristen. Nice to meet you.
Sorry, I was unmuting myself. Hi there. Very nice to meet you too.
I was just telling Katrina that I'll probably put you with her. So
Oh, thank God, because she was she was like, it's really stressful. You have to know which way. And I'm like, I'm not good with cardinal directions. I don't
all right. Well, that's, we'll get everything going. Hopefully, that's this meeting. And then, we also have the meeting, at the event to kind of go through. We have a big map and everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm letting everyone come on for a little, and I'm getting texts.
Yeah,
Let's
doing
see.
in the Zoom call.
I know there's a lot of concern about the weather. So we will see what I mean, there's been so many years where it looked like it was going to be horrible, but I know that the hurricane is kind of scaring everyone. But I will let everyone know what, like where to look, and if the weather comes, bad. But hopefully we'll know the night before, but if for sure we'll know very early, hopefully before you leave on Sunday morning. So, oh, this is good. Let's see how many we have. 19. All right.
Hi, Robin.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to see you again.
I know, it's good to see so many people and lots of new people, so it's good.
Robin, my husband won't be here, so I'm just doing it for both of us.
All
So,
right, you're going to be the messenger.
yes.
Yeah, I used to, I really, back in the day we actually met in a room, and it was nice, and I had my big maps to show you, but hopefully we can do it. I set up a couple of monitors that you'll have to deal with my not quite savvy technology, but I will get back through the maps and kind of show people, and hopefully I know that it seems like a lot, but hopefully I'll simplify it so it won't be overwhelming. So I'm going to wait a few more minutes, but it's a little freaky, me, with your eye just showing up there, but
I know, I'm sorry. I don't know how to take it off.
it's okay. It's very artistic. Wait a little bit. Let's see. I don't want to keep you guys any longer, but we have Vivian, who was here last year, and Nancy and Maddie. Let's see who else. And I think the rest of you are, well, there's Kelly, and then Olivia was here before. So it's lots of new and lots of repeat. So that's great. So I'm going to, I guess, first I'm going to start by, of course, thanking all of you. This is, it's definitely a production, and I'll kind of go through the whole, give you some background so you know what, like what it's all about. Sometimes I think that helps when you're, like doing one piece, but to know like everything that's going on. So I will go through that quickly, but it really is all of you that makes this work. And everyone has, told us that, all the writers always say, the volunteers are amazing, they're supportive, that, they're helpful. And I know that, I definitely know that that is why we've been really lucky that this year, I was saying before a lot of you came on that the ridership is a little low, but we still have a lot of repeat. We still have people still donating, and that we are raising the money. So it's and people do come back year after year, which is, great, both as writers and as you'll see as, as volunteers. So it looks like a few more people are popping in. So, I'll wait a second, because what I'd like you to do is kind of get used to knowing what traffic monitor position you are. So I will have you kind of introduce yourself with your traffic monitor job, or some of you are rest stop people, some of you are rest stop and traffic monitor. So so I'll just kind of start from the top of my screen and just let you tell me. If you don't, I have a list so I can look it up. But I'll start with Kathy Pine. You're on mute.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm Kathy Pine, and I know the intersection on the sheet, but it's I will be helping at the command center in the morning, and then going off to a certain
You're TM13.
TM13. Yeah.
All right.
Memorized and in my phone, and so, and then I guess after I'll come back to help with cleanup afterwards.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Not Joyce, but Mike.
I am, excuse me, I am Mike Falk. Actually, I have traffic monitor 12,
That's right.
but it's been since 2018 was the last time I think I was at that spot, because we had a rain out one
Oh,
year.
that's right.
We had COVID one year, and last year my daughter happened to get married the night before the ride. I was up in Baltimore because we had a hosted brunch on the day of the ride.
Yeah, well, it's
I
good to
haven't done
see
it.
you again.
Yeah, I haven't done it in 4 years, but it's not that complicated, so I think I can handle it.
Well, I put you back, and you're also back with Ken, who you've been, yep.
We've been together before, yeah.
I don't know if you've known each other, but now you certainly you certainly have. All right, Amir, do you know what traffic position you're in?
No, you never told me, but I believe.
Yes, you're doing what you did
Brad-
last year, which was 16.
The traffic monitor.
Right. All right, Karen. I know, are you back or did you go off? All right,
Here we go.
okay,
Sorry.
that's okay.
I know I'm traffic monitor. I don't know the number. I think it's Ferry Road or something.
Edwards Ferry, I think you're 10 actually,
Okay.
but I will double check. I just realized that the list that I pulled up is in order of time of when you're coming in, so it's a little harder for me to find you quickly, but okay, and I think, is that Dave Saluma? David? I know it says Powell.
David Slima.
Yes, and you are traffic monitor 17, right?
Yes.
All right, and Bonnie.
Yes, I think that I am traffic monitor 16 or 2 or both of them.
Right. You are two, and
Uh-huh.
you are taking David after 2 to 17.
16, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Oh, my screen just went and everyone, the order just went poop. All right. Well, I'll deal with it. Michelle, if I don't end up calling you, you'll from my Michelle Hobart.
There we go.
You're-
I muted myself and then I couldn't get back. I am confident I am the 00, but I really may have lost track at this point.
No, you are, and you are going to be my, after you do 00, you're going to be my backup.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you'll direct me.
If someone at last minute doesn't show up, your first traffic monitor position is very is quick. So then I'll send you somewhere else. And Scott Lane.
Hello, I am traffic monitor 24, which is a Buck Lodge and White Store intersection.
Great. And I just put a new person with you, and we had a couple of cancellations, so I'll resend. Kristen is also new. Go ahead.
I'm Kristen. I'm with Katrina. That's
You're
all I
with
know.
Katrina. That's good. All right. That works.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I think she was on, but
yes.
but anyway, she and I will
Yes.
talk. We talk all
Yeah.
the time. So.
Yep, I'm on.
You're still on. All
There you are,
right.
yeah.
Maddie.
So you'll show me where I'm supposed to go, Katrina. I'll just follow you.
Yeah, I just sent you an email.
All right, thank you.
Olivia and I are traffic monitor 19.
All right. Oh, thank you. So you are going to, just so, you know, I don't know if you remember, but you're going to be, if you read it, but you're going to be for the 10-mile people and then again for the 25-mile people.
Okay.
I'm going to go a little faster. I'm just going to kind of pair people up as I see them. So Olivia is with Maddie and she's down there. May and Liana. I don't know. Maisie I. Liana's
Hi,
not
yeah.
on.
We are traffic monitor 18, I thought. Is that right?
Yes,
Or
yes.
Okay, great.
So and you're going to be helping Amy. It's a spot where the 50-mile and the 25-mile split, and there's a lot of signs.
Sounds great.
Oh, I know I said, David, I put you, Scott, I put you as someone new, and that's Jonathan, who just came on. So you're with Scott, and I'm just going to kind of go through this a little bit. Vivian is rest stop. You're the Sugarloaf rest stop. Nancy, I don't remember where you are. You are 15, something like that.
I did last year. So
Okay,
good. I'm good with it.
good.
Ken, I think.
Was you? I think you are with Eric.
Oh, Eric. That's right. Eric.
Right. Yes. And Thomas, you are doing. You and James are doing 2. You're going to do the rest stop for the water stop for the 10-mile, and then take a position in the like the latter part of the 50-mile ride. So got
Gotcha.
that. Good to see you. Mary, you are I think 11 or 7. I don't remember, but
I'm
you're
7, and I think I'm with SEMA.
Yeah. All right, awesome.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
yes, so you guys are also at a split where the 25-mile go right and the 50 go left.
Left.
I'm like, do I know my left and my right? I think so. They'll, and for a number of you, there'll be signs, and we'll kind of go over that too. All right, I'm not gonna just, is it Guru Prasast? That's over.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot where you are. Who do I have you with? I think you're at 17, maybe. Does that make sense? I think so. I'll have to double check. We got Olivia. We talked to Stephanie. You're at 3, right? I think so.
Yes.
Yes. And did you get my email today about that one? I sent you one. So,
Yeah, I did.
okay, great. And Paris, you're part of 11, right?
Yes, me and Alex.
Okay, right. So yours is also a merge when the riders are coming together. So they come together and then they make a very quick left. So at least one of you, Alex or yourself, should be on the corner where they make that quick left. Did I miss anyone else?
Yeah, I can't find the email. I'm a bad boy. Where are Mike and Kim?
You are where you in the olden days where you were used to be, at number 12.
Perfect.
So you know where that is. All right.
Robin, this is, oh,
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
this is Kelly.
Oh,
and
yes.
Tessa. So we are at stop 1.
Right.
And that's on Cattail and 28. And then you also sent me an email to ask if I could partner with Michelle Hobart at the corner of White's Ferry and Martinsburg. So I don't know if that's still needed.
I think I moved you to 14, and we can talk after about that. And I'll see where I'm at. So as you can tell, as we just did this, where people are, your role, you're there for a very specific reason, because we want to make sure that people don't get confused, or sometimes like when I said something to Stephanie, if she got my email, it's a very sharp turn. We want to make sure that people slow down or something like that. So all of that should be in the email that I sent you, why you are at your corner. But now I'm going to just backtrack a little. I know some people were also, when I said you're going to park here and you're going to park there, and what does that mean? So I'm going to share my screen. For some reason, my mouse is bouncing all over. Okay, here we go. Do you see my little beautiful layout that I made here?
Yes.
All right. So when you come to the school, and I said, some of you are going to park in the school lot and some of you are going to park where the bikers park. What does that mean? So because we are going to be doing, I'm going to go to this slide. So the school lot is right when you come in off of Peachtree, and it's right here next to the school. The biker lot is a field that you turn in kind of up a little further ahead, and then you go in. So if you're not because the riders are registering, we're doing it in their car, and so there may be a line getting in. Those of you who have to leave for your next spot, and I also wrote this on your in your assignment, what time you need to leave by. If you are leaving after 9, then I want you to park in the lot. And if you are leaving in the field, and if you are leaving before 9, a lot of you are, I would say the majority of you will leave at probably before 8:45, then you would park in the school lot. The reason some of you are going to be leaving that early when your spot may not be seeing any riders for maybe an hour is because if I go back to this other screen here, the bikers are all going to be lining up over here, and we have our little start arch, and at 9 o'clock they're going to leave. So if you're if you're in this lot or even in this, in the back lot, but if you're, particularly if you're in this lot, when you're coming out, you're just gonna like hit all the bikers and that would not be good. So we want to get you out before all the bikers leave. Some of you, and I would like you to take note on your assignment. Most of the time it says, it gives you the GPS of how to get to your spot. But sometimes, and I usually, either made it very big or highlighted it, or my direction to you is a little different than what the easiest way to get to your spot. That is because once the riders leave at 9 o'clock, they're going down Peachtree Road, and you guys, if you leave after 9 or whatever, you're going to hit, you're going to get, they're going to be in your way, you're going to be in their way. So I say for some of you, I have you going out and maybe turning left out of the school and going like around to get to your spot. I didn't do that too often. I didn't want to send anyone too far, but there are occasions where I felt that you and the bikers were kind of going to be, in the way, because at the very beginning, particularly, they all clump together and it's hard to drive past them. So, so this is kind of a sketch. When you're down here, there'll be arrows. If you're in the lot over here, there will be arrows saying, come register this way. I'm not sure exactly. I'm hoping that we can still use the gym, which is back here. And there would be signs when you come here, or when you come here, there'll be signs to go to volunteer registration. Definitely check in with me. First, some of you have assignments that you're helping either with parking or with rider registration before you before you go to your traffic monitor spot, and we need to know that you're here. So some of you have very early 6:15 spots because you're going to be the people right on the road directing people in. Some of you are a little bit later helping with parking and rider registration, either 6:30 or 6:45. And then if you're not doing any type of setup early morning, you're coming in at 7:15. We're having a meeting at 7:30 just to go over everything. I know it's early for some people that don't leave right away, but for us, it gives us a chance that if someone doesn't show or something like that, that we can, if we know that everyone who's supposed to be in is there by 7:30, if someone doesn't show, we're able to have time to kind of figure out how we're going to replace and stuff like that. So I know that may have crossed some of your minds, like, why don't I come in so early? So I appreciate it, but it really does help. I don't know if some of you heard Michelle, I said that she's a backup. So if for some reason, like someone doesn't show, this is when I would grab Michelle and tell her that she is a different, a different one. If for some reason, something happens, you oversleep or whatever, just make sure that you check in with us, because we do send, people out for a reason. In fact, some of the traffic monitor positions this year are where I normally have cops. So it's COVID has affected everything. In fact, the officers, the police are understaffed, and no one wanted to, I shouldn't say no one, we had a fair amount, but we didn't have as many officers as we usually have to help us. So because they are working overtime all the time, and it was hard to get to get as many as we wanted to do these extra shifts. So So some of you as traffic monitors will be, you know, taking over, like, you know, cops, you won't be stopping traffic, but at least, and this really will go for anyone that's particularly on a main street, is you know, if the riders are coming up to there and you know, it's a very busy street, you know, you just, you know, be verbal, hold it, you know, say, wait, there's a car or something like that. We have little signs for you to carry that say cyclists on the road, slow down, and things like that for the cars. But for most part, you know, just telling, you know, the riders to wait until you see that it's clear, you know, is fine. I am going to stop sharing that piece and go into my other. Okay, here's my little map. These are where this one hasn't been updated for this year yet, but it has where, because some of the traffic monitors and police have switched, but most likely you'll find your number in the green of where I'm sorry, in the yellow where the traffic monitors are. So that's why I was saying, you know your number. Here's, you know, like Paris and Alex. Oh no, Paris and Alex are 11. It's Mary and Seema and 7 and the 12 and 13. So just to understand the routes, I'll just do really quickly. There are 4 routes. They all start at the school. The 10-mile, the 25, 40, and the 50 will leave first. The 10-mile will leave 10 minutes later. And they're doing a little loop around and coming back. They actually do a little U-turn here and then come back. The 25-mile route, like the 40 and the 50, they have little extensions here, and that's where I was saying where the routes separate and then merge again. Like everyone's doing this, they come over here. The 50 and 40 will go here, and the 25 just go, you know, this way. And this also reminds me of something to say when we get to the sweeps. Everyone will be told, you know, that they are dismissed, released, whatever it's the sweep car decides, except number 11, is it 11 or 7? No, I'm trying to remember. I will get back to 2 of you. I know 19 for sure, and it's either I think it's 7 that will be told that they're going to be dismissed by a bike marshal, not a car. But everyone else will stay in their spot until the car that says sweep tells them that they can leave. I just took a little. I just saw that and remembered. So I'm going back to my kind of route thing. So the 40, 50 goes down, they all meet here again, they go back up, they come here, and the 40 and 50 do another extra little loop. The 25 come down here, and then they all meet back here. They do a very tough little hill over here. That's why I have the people like at 17. They come to the next rest stop. They leave the rest stop. They come up here, and this is where like May and Liana and Amy are, where it splits again. The 50 then does all this extra little loop, and the 25 comes up to 19, comes across and comes back. So so they're all within each other. That we do have the timing of, you know, like when we think, people are, the bikers are going to be there, but sometimes it's, we could have some really fast people, sometimes some really slow people. So again, we, don't leave until a car, or in the certain cases, the bike comes. The other part of your job is, you are our eyes on the road. So there are 3 times, and I know last year's phone number got out to some of you, but the correct one should be in your packet, that when you get to your spot, you're going to text us, and the phone number is in there, and I will make sure that you have that. But I also give you a little bracelet with the phone number on it. And then as the eyes of the road, when you see your first rider, you're going to text us and say first rider, or TM02 first rider. And then when the sweep comes and says you're released, you're going to text us again, all to the same number, the 3 different times. This way we can just figure out if the riders are falling within the time frames that we thought they were. If they're not, we have to do some adjustments. One may be, because the police move around, and if the slower riders aren't at, if they, if we had said that at 10:15 the police goes to his next stop and a slow rider isn't there yet, we have to kind of maneuver, send an extra floater or something like that. So that's why you guys are the eyes on the road, and very helpful for when you're, when the first rider comes and when the sweep tells you to go. And you'll text that. It comes into the command center, the text, and then we have this big chart that very low techie. We move little stickers around that like say where the first rider is and where the last rider is. Bonnie, raise her hand. Yes.
Yeah, Robin, just to reemphasize, because I don't remember from the last time with the pandemic and everything, are we going to get some sort of an address to put into the GPS to get to the spots? Because like there's, Waze usually needs an address, or I printed out what you had sent me, but I just wanted to know, and also sometimes GPS doesn't work around Barnesville either.
Right. So that is a good question. So that's why I wrote the directions out for most of you. I know that everyone is so attached. I mean, I use GPS when I'm going to, like my mother's house that I go every, whatever. I use it just to check the traffic. But I mean, I think if any of you are like me, you're probably like so, like used to using it for everything. Bonnie is right. There is some services don't work great by the school. So that is why all your packets have have directions where I say turn left, turn right, da da da. So when you arrive at the school and you register, your packet will have what I also sent you in email. So you will have we have a copy of that. We'll also bring you over to the big map that's sitting in the room and go through that in case the GPS doesn't work. There are, I think Bonnie, you're on Fisher and Bud, I think. It's a corner, there's nothing there. I don't have an address, but I think I wrote, what to put into the GPS, but for some intersections that don't have, exact addresses, that's why everyone has directions of how to get there. So I know when some of my friends saw what I was doing, they were saying, people all have GPS, and I was like, yeah, but A, it doesn't always work, and B, I don't have an exact address. So that is why that's there. Does anyone else have any questions before I go on?
I do, if you don't mind.
No.
Would you mind sending the map of the routes? And I think last year you had the list of streets impacted in the general time frame. Just we had a lot of community feedback last year that they were unaware of cyclists coming through, and many of those roads are rural, and one of them there's low visibility. So I figured for the local community pages, I'm going to blast it pretty regularly to remind them.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I do put an ad in the Monocacy,
yeah.
and Wednesday or Thursday, I go out. And if anyone wants to help me, I go out and I put these big signs out, like all within the neighborhoods that say, bike ride and alert, and it's coming up on Sunday. So I try and do that. But, if you have a listserv or whatever, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And
as you say that, there's a parade. There's a sign up that there's a parade on
yeah,
Sunday as well.
There is. I know this has been a very challenging year, with like a lot of different things going on. The first thing is the school didn't want me to use the gym. And then I found out about the parade. The parade should not impact us. They are having they're gathering at 2. And I think most of our riders will be back by then. The gathering place is actually where Maddie and Olivia are at Selman and Billsville, but on the other side. So our riders are coming from Owen Park. Here, I'll go not looking at my hand, where our riders are coming from, my mouse, I'm sorry, it's not working. Do you guys see where 19 is? Okay, there we go. So it's over here. 19. So the parade is getting started over here. This is where they're getting ready for the parade, and then the parade is actually going down the street. It may affect your cars when you're leaving. You guys, most of you are leaving earlier, some of you in the later part, but the parade I think is from 4 to 5, or so they're lining everyone up starting at 2, but that should not affect us. There is a fun run at Sugarloaf Mountain from 8:30 to, they're closing a little bit of this area. I know Vivian, you should not have an issue getting to Sugarloaf Mountain, but right around here, they're closing some streets for the fun run. I did talk to the people, the town people, the Barnesville town people, and they assured me that we wouldn't have a problem. So hopefully that is correct. But thank you. Yeah, like I said, yes.
This is Kelly. Just to add on to Michelle, because I do live in town, if we could have some extra signs for Cattail, that is the road that had the most concern from the community, because there are a lot of blind curves in that particular road, and it's also very thin. So one of the things that came through last year was that, well, one, people didn't know about it. Okay, so we can blast it, in the community, and that's fine. But 2, that there weren't enough signs. I know we put a lot of signs at the beginning to tell the riders to stay to the right. We're yelling that. But as you're coming up, if you were to come up the other way, there's not as many signs that they can see. So if we have any extra, that would be great. And then Tessa and I can put those out, just to make sure on both directions of Cattail.
Yeah, and I do try. In fact, I think Bonnie, I have you putting out some as you're going to Fisher, and Bud, she's putting some out. So as people are coming on to Cattail, So, but that is good to know. And I'll talk to you. I'll be out there Thursday putting out, the signs, and maybe I'll text you or something and, just make sure that I'm getting the right places.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No, thank you. So, anyone else before I move on? I was completely, yes.
So I just wanted to confirm, so I have TM17 and TM2.
Yes, so you're going to go with Bonnie, whose hand is raised over there. You're going to go with Bonnie to 2. You are, and help, also like put out those signs that you're doing. You're going to go to Fisher and Bud is what I think is, yeah. I'm sorry, my mouse is just about to die, and I guess it needs to be charged, so it's going very slowly. But you will be there, and then when you finish, she's going to drop you off actually at 17. And 17 is where I said that big hill is, that we like to have people there to encourage people, to cheer them on, and tell them that if it's hard for them, that they can walk, and make them feel, even I've had people actually like help people walk their bike or whatever if they're having a hard time. So that's you're a little bit of a cheerleader in that role. So I forgot who else is doing 17, but the person who is driving to 16 with Amir will take you to 17 also. So
Okay, thank you.
we figured out that that ride situation. And when if you are meeting a person for a ride for when you're supposed to be leaving, just come to the volunteer registration desk, and that's where I told the drivers to come as well. Yes.
Robin, I have a question for Isaac. Isaac's doing TM05 and he needs a ride. So
no, he's not. He's doing 17 actually.
you changed him?
I changed it. Yeah.
He's doing 17.
Yeah. So actually he's going to go with Bryce, who's going to take him and Amir. And I think he did it last year. So, and I think he did it with the same people. So it should work out fine.
Okay, so not 5, right? 17.
Not 5, just 17.
Okay, thanks.
I'm just looking at my list to see what else I was supposed to cover. Oh, so those of you, if you're driving to your spot or whatever, the few things that whenever you're parking, most of the places have like an area either, right to the side of your corner, or maybe it's a little bit down the road, but just, recognize where you park your car, that the the bikers are going to be coming down. We're asking bikers to stay to the right, to keep out of traffic. So, having your car like just kind of out of the way, like maybe around the corner or something like that would be ideal. We also, if you want to do stuff anything that's fun, we've had people, we have a few things with us like bells and stuff that as they come by, you can cheer on, or had a few people just, keep their car, radio or whatever on for music. And people always feel, like it just provides a really good feeling, and it's fun, and you'll have fun. So you can do, I don't know if any of you have kids and they want to make something like pom-poms or something, that could be fun. So the parking, the thing, let me see where else a lot of you are putting out signs for us. We used to do a lot of the signage before and it got taken away overnight. So we are, the last 2 years or so, we have, given the signs to the traffic monitors to where they're going. So some of them, like I was talking about Bonnie, just because I remember hers, is that her signage that we're asking her to put out isn't right by her spot. And a number of you have some of that, that's either, crossing the street or on the other side. We tried to be really specific with little diagrams, but if any of you, feel think, it's confusing, if you want to talk with me prior, we can do that. We will, I think, I think Laura's on. She, she's she's at the command center so that when you come in and we give you the signs, she'll be helping you like where to place the signs. But I will say, for anyone who is feeling like, oh, this is a little too much, I'm a little nervous or whatever. I don't know how far the school is for any of you, but we're going to be there most of the day Saturday working, and anyone who wants to help, more than happy to have you. So we're going to be prepping on Saturday. So if any of you want to come and talk with me and look at the map or whatever, and I can, I'll be a crazy person on Sunday, Saturday, less of a crazy person. So if you feel like you want some of that kind of more one-on-one time and can get there, I know that I'll be there from 8 in the morning, probably till about 3 or 4. So probably later, but I'm having wishful thinking. So I'm just throwing that out. But Sunday when you arrive, we will, go over the signage. We'll make sure that your packet's going to say on the front cover signs to take, and we actually list them so that then you will go and pick them up and which ones you're picking up, and most likely we'll have a little diagram again of where you're putting them. So, but that is another responsibility. And then, of course, at the end, once you are dismissed, our sweep will collect some of the signs, but whatever is around you or whatever you put down or whatever you happen to see on your way going back, if the signage is like for your, area, I don't want you picking up something that, the riders haven't gone through yet, but if you can, particularly anything that you have put down, if you could pick up when you leave and bring back to the school, that'll be very helpful. I am looking to see parking. I went over that. There, probably on Friday, I'm going to send a text to everyone, and that will be from the number that you're gonna text to us. So you'll have that in your phone. It will also tell you your arrival time, that we're expecting you to come. And then and I don't know if we'll put it in the text, but we might also have, if what time you need to leave for your first location, so that like, okay, I need to be there at 6:30, or we're expecting you at 6:30. You're helping with registration, or some of you will be kind of directing riders to the different places, and then leaving at the various times. So I think that I've covered most of my points. Again, I think the two takeaways are the texting and, arriving on time and leaving for your location on time, and then texting again when you get to your spot, when you see your first bike rider, and when the sweep dismisses you. And I know that there are a couple of concerns, rightly so, about the weather. We have our eye on it. We, in our 16 years, we've only had to cancel it once, and we hope that we don't have to. But of course, if the roads are dangerous and slippery, if there's like puddles and stuff, then, we probably will. Most of our riders, they're not regular cyclists that are used to cycling in the rain. A lot of them are survivors of, lymphoma survivors, and a lot of them are, caregivers, and they're doing this to really raise money for the research that has been really profound in the sense that how much money this bike ride has raised. And I've had volunteers who are survivors tell me that they probably wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for, some of the research that was done, like 10 years ago. So all of you are really doing, you're doing something amazing and good work, and we really appreciate you being there and helping. And so as I was, that little tangent went from the fact that, these riders, maybe get on a bike once or twice a year. So we are aware of that. We're going to make sure that, it's safe. We are hoping, if it's really bad raining and we know it by, the evening, we'll let you know. But I think that we're probably going to make the call more like 5 a.m. So I have, you're all on my text and you're all on my email. I will probably do both. We will also put, and I'll send you the link to the website for the ride itself. And we will put on the homepage if there is a change. If we're not riding, we will probably, we've ordered lunch and breakfast and everything. So I think we're going to encourage people to come and just, hang and have a social type event. So, if you, want to come at some point, that'll be great. And I think that those are I think I covered everything that I wanted to. I see some things in the chat that I didn't see before. Is that, anyone else have questions?
Robin, it's funny. I just want to say that they're predicting like a 80% chance of rain on Sunday.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
All right. And I've had this before that, in doing this, that we've had, that they said it was going to be that, that much rain, and it's very possible because of what's going on. So, but, and then it's cleared up. So I'm kind of hoping for that. I know it's also supposed to be that on Saturday when we're doing all the prep work. So, our signs are going to get all muddy and whatever, but that is what it is. Hopefully that won't be an issue. I'm going to stop sharing. You can, so I will send, I'll send you the map again, and if anyone wants me to resend their packet, just let me know. You can put it in the chat or whatever. There's a few people I wrote down, like Vivian, that I did make some changes to, and Kristen, I need to get some information to. But most of you have, should have your packet and should know, if you have any questions. And again, if you want to, talk it over with me, you have in the emails is my personal text. The other text that is really just a Google Voice. So the one that you'll be getting, that you'll be texting to, but the one in the emails that have my signature at the bottom has my, if you want to, text or email me and say, I want to go over things with you. I will be happy to find some time to do that. Sound good?
Good meeting, Robin.
Thank you. And thank all of you. So I know I put a lot in there, but I'm hoping that some of it was recapping and maybe now if you look at your assignment, it will make more sense. So I think that that's what I was hoping to accomplish. I know that I volunteered at other events and they just had me show up and then they started telling me what I was doing and I was like, ah. So so I didn't want to do that. I wanted to kind of give, let you know and what you're doing and kind of explain the main things. So I guess have a good night.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Robin,
Bye.
if anybody needs a ride in from DC and is willing to get there super early,
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
bye.
Bye. Hi, Laura.
Yeah, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my dear. Are we the only ones left or?
Yeah. Did it, wait, I just want to stop the recording. I want to stop the recording, but I can't, my mouse is gone.
Yeah.
Did it make sense to you?
It
Was it?
definitely made sense. It
What?
definitely made sense